our live Ask Me Anything, where for the next 20 minutes, I'm answering your questions in real time on social media. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, IGTV, YouTube. We're going to talk about TikTok. We can talk about your blog, your newsletter, your website, anything that has to do with your online presence we are chatting about today. And we had some great questions come in. I'm excited to get these answered. But if you're joining me live, I would love to answer your questions as well. We've got some cool stuff we're going to be announcing today. So make sure you stay tuned because you're not going to want to miss these amazing things. All right, let's bring up our first question. Last week, we had so many questions come in from Danielle that I'm giving her own episode today. So I'm really excited for this one. I didn't even put a call out on social media, but we are getting all of her questions answered today. And we're answering yours too. If you are live, hello to Silver Paw Studio. Excited to see you guys here. If you've got social media questions, now's the time to get them asked. Danielle says, are comments from a live audience the only advantage to going live versus posting a pre-recorded video? Or are there other advantages, and which do you prefer? All right, Danielle. So in terms of doing live broadcasting versus a pre-recorded video, we're going to be talking about Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And the answer is the same for all of them. Yes, the live audience and the questions that they are asking, the comments that they're giving are really, really good. It gives you an interactive platform. You can talk with people. You can help people out. It's really a very exciting experience and a little scary too. But it's not just those comments that are helpful. You see, the algorithms favor live video. So let's take a second. Let's talk about the algorithms. On all the social media platforms, and you're just going to have to adjust based on what that is, text posts are ranked the lowest. And that is because people typically don't respond to text posts. They'll look at them and they'll just keep scrolling. Photos are ranked next. And that's because people have to stop for just a second to understand what that photo is. And maybe they'll give it a like, maybe they'll leave a comment, then they keep on scrolling. So after that, what do we have? Video. So video is really great because people take 3 seconds to stop and decide if a video is right for them. They're going to continue to watch it. That's 3 seconds longer than a text post or a photo, trust me. And so that is ranked higher within the algorithm system. Now, a live video is ranked even higher than that because people usually take about 10 seconds to decide or longer if that video is going to be for them. And then when they are on that live broadcast, they don't know how long it is. So this is a pro tip for you guys. On a pre-recorded video, they can tell how long your video is going to be. They are going to decide, is 7 minutes too long? Is 14 minutes too long? Is half an hour too long? And they might not watch it. But they don't know how long a live broadcast is. They're going to start watching it. And once they've started watching it, most people are going to be invested and they will stay to the end, whether it's 10 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, or 2 hours. If you're giving really good, valuable content, people are going to stick around. And in the live format, they are giving more comments. They're giving real-time reactions, which means you're getting more engagement, which means you're ranked higher. Now, in the algorithm system, when you're ranked higher, it kicks out all of your content to more people because they can see that what you're doing is creating conversation and keeping people on the platform longer. So live video is incredibly important, and dare I say it, it is more important than pre-recorded videos. Now, that does not mean you should not be doing pre-recorded videos. You should, because these are more curated. You get to sound more professional, more polished, more intentional within these pre-recorded videos, but live videos are really great for interacting with people, for getting that engagement, and for interacting in real time. So I definitely do both in all of my businesses. I have pre-recorded videos, and then I've got my live stream videos as well. I would not say I would do one over the other, but I make sure I work both into my strategy. Let's see. Silver Pause is here hanging out. I'm thinking of adding a live show when I move. I have a small following. Would that be hurtful? No. Oh my gosh. Start now. Start as soon as possible. When you add in a live show, you're going to train people to show up. Just because you have a small following doesn't mean you're not going to get people to show up. And even if nobody shows up, you still have that content. And that is inside of the platform. So if you are live streaming on YouTube, and I have a feeling you're going to be live streaming on YouTube as opposed to Facebook or Instagram, this is going to be content that goes right to your YouTube page. It's searchable by Google. They're going to kick it out to people when they're looking for things. So you're going to want to fill out all the really great information. We've got really good videos on it on the platform. And so you are going to want to check those out on how to optimize this before you go live. In fact, we just did that last week. I think we talked about it. And you are going to be able to save yourself time, because if you're live streaming right to YouTube, you don't have to edit a video. You don't have to upload a video. You don't have to do all that stuff that's extra with your pre-recorded videos. So I absolutely encourage you to be doing a live stream show as soon as possible. I'm getting my students to do it right now. And even with small audiences, it is building it up and expanding what you're doing. And even if nobody shows up live, you still have the content and you save yourself the time. So I absolutely recommend doing that. You've live streamed on other platforms for years and you love it. Awesome. I'm so excited to see that. And you're going to hang out with the videos. That's what I like to hear. I love it. I love it. All right, moving on to our next question. If you have questions and you're joining me live, please drop those down below. If you are on our replay, I would love to get your questions answered in next week's live Ask Me Anything. So please drop them down in the comments and we will get those taken care of. Makeda hung out with us and said, I never really thought about how my website should be showcasing what I'm doing on social media. You got me thinking, girl. She hung out on our YouTube page as we're talking all about promoting your social media through your website earlier this week. Thanks so much for hanging out, girl. Appreciate it. As always, fashionable and stylish. Make sure you go check out her page as well. Danielle has asked, how important is engagement when it comes to social strategy? In my opinion, it's key, and I'm surprised to see so many people and brands are not making it a priority. Well, girl, engagement is really important. We just talked about the algorithms and how they are ranking things. And within those rankings, that's what's determining how much of our content is being kicked out there. So if businesses, if brands, if people want their content to be seen, you have to create content that people are engaging with, because the algorithms and the platforms are specifically looking for content that's keeping people on the platform. So if you are creating videos that people are watching and they're staying for a longer time, or you're creating photos that people are looking at and commenting on, they're taking the time to have a conversation within those comments. If you are creating content that is getting people to like, comment, share, react to it in some way, that helps your algorithm standing and it kicks out the rest of your content to people. So if you want to be seen on social media, you have to create something that's going to have engagement, because if you don't, you get kicked down the algorithm system and your stuff's not being shown to people. It's not going to help. It is not going to help. Silver Pause says, I love that it's searchable on YouTube. Yeah, searchable content is the best, especially when you are live broadcasting. You can get it kicked out to Google too, because Google owns YouTube, all those fun, fabulous things there. I love live streaming. It's so essential to my businesses and to my students' businesses. I recommend it to everybody. Dr. Lara hung out with us and said, I used to run Facebook ads, so I found this super helpful. She was talking all about last week's live talk show, Social Media for Bosses, where we had financial planner Kimberly Graham on. She is a financial coach. She's telling us how we can start saving money to run social media ads to make more money in our business. Make sure you go check that out if you have not. Danielle dropped a really great question that says, Instagram stories versus feed. What type of content is best for each? All right. So Instagram stories is really great. It's up at the top of your Instagram platform. It lasts for 24 hours and you can put up photos or videos in clips of 15 seconds. With this, people have the ability to use engagement tools, and you can do all sorts of really cool things with it to get people to respond to you, which helps your algorithm standing. Now, your feed is your main feed inside of Instagram. Those are the more professional, polished, curated looking photos and videos that you are putting out there. And you should actually kind of be repurposing some of your content in Instagram stories and Instagram feed. But what I'm going to say is your Instagram feed is definitely for the curated imagery. So you are looking for really good captions. You're looking for really good photos. You're looking for really good videos. They are high end. They are polished. They are professional. They are a professional representation of your business or your brand. Your stories is a little bit less curated. It's a little bit more in the moment. It's a little bit more real time. And so this is great for looks behind the scenes of your business. This is for what you're doing right now. This is for reminding people to go check out your content within your main feed or your other platforms. So your Instagram stories is more in the moment and a little less polished, while your feed is definitely that more professional, curated representation of you, which lasts forever and ever and ever until you delete it, while Instagram stories last for 24 hours. So it's okay to mess up and be a little less polished and have your hair up in a messy bun and like whatever you got to do to have that interaction with people, while your feed is going to stay forever and ever. And you want to make sure that's a good representation of your brand because it's there. So there you go. That certain woman hung out and watched our financial coach talking all about saving money for Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube ads this week. And she says, I tried running a few ads and I wish I would have watched this video beforehand. Hey, girl, you try it again. These Instagram, Facebook, YouTube ads are so dang good and so helpful. You do not want to miss out on those. These are great ways to make money in your business and get recognition within the industries. And we talked with financial coach Kimberly Graham about how to start saving and planning for those ads to make sure that you are doing that within your business in a really strategic way. She also stuck around and did a bonus episode inside our group. You can go over to group.kmrobinson.com and watch the replay because she talked to us about how to pay yourself as an entrepreneur to make sure that you are getting paid within your business. Danielle dropped another great question. She says, which social media platforms do you recommend for a personal life versus authors versus entrepreneurs? So Danielle's got quite a bit of stuff going on in her life, and she's got book stuff, she's got entrepreneurial stuff, she's got personal stuff. So what do you recommend? Well, on Facebook, you have personal accounts and you have pages. You cannot use your personal account as a business. It is against the terms of service. They will kick you off the platform. They will ban you. It is bad. Don't do it. It's against the terms of service, which you agree to by using the platform. So have a personal page on Facebook, which, by the way, you have to have in order to have a business page on Facebook. So keep your personal life on your personal Facebook page and keep your business life in your business page on Facebook. That one's easy enough. In terms of Instagram, keep your personal life out of your business. That's all I'm going to say on that one. Keep it out of your business. You can do a little bit of crossover, but not much. So if you have a personal life and you would like to have a personal Instagram account, go for it. But that's not where you're collecting people for your business. It's not where you're getting connections. It's not where you're networking. That's for your friends and family to see your family and what you're doing and where you're hanging out. You can use a personal account on Instagram, which I highly recommend as opposed to a business account on Instagram for your business. So use a personal account as a business. That's not against the terms of service. And I do recommend that's what you do right now. I do not recommend using the business accounts. And you have the ability to then use that to market for your business. Keep that business related. Use this for networking. Do not post pictures of your kitty cats. It's not your personal life. So keep those two separate. If you're doing things like YouTube, if you want a personal YouTube, if you're sharing videos with friends and family, I guess you could do that. But that tends to be a more professional setting. Twitter, have a personal account, have a business account, whatever. Just don't mix them. But in terms of your personal life, use whatever you like to connect with the people you love. In terms of business, you absolutely should have an Instagram. You absolutely should have a Facebook. You absolutely should have a YouTube. Those are the three main ones. Can you have the rest of them? Absolutely. If you can do it, if you want to do it, if it works for your business, go for it. But you should have those three within a business if you are an entrepreneur of any kind. All right, Stephen Den commented, we haven't looked into paying for advertising just yet, but it's good to know that there are options. Great insight from both you and Kim. Another shout out for our financial coach, Kimberly Graham. She dropped a ton of really great content. And if you are joining me live, I want to hear from you guys. Do you have social media questions? We've got a few more minutes where you're going to knock out a couple more questions. I'm really excited to get these answered for you. But if you're joining me live, I want to get these answered in real time for you. So if you've got something, hit me up with it right now, and we will make sure we are getting those questions answered for you. If you're on our replay, go ahead and drop those down in the comments, and I will save them for next week's live Ask Me Anything session, where we are breaking down even more social media marketing questions for you so that you can create a profitable business through smart social media marketing. Danielle came back with another great question, and she has asked, how often should you post on Pinterest? Here's the thing. Pinterest is a really cool platform. I love Pinterest, and I know Pinterest is a huge time suck. We can get lost in the vortex of Pinterest forever and ever and ever and ever. It's a great place, but the cool thing about Pinterest is that it's also a search engine. So much like Google, much like YouTube, you can go there and you can ask questions and you can look for specific content. You can find tutorials, you can find resources, you can find imagery, you can find all sorts of amazing things. And it is classified as a search engine. So Pinterest is really, really valuable to entrepreneurs. So whatever you do, having content on Pinterest is really, really helpful. And then linking it back to your website, your blog, or your store, Guys, it's amazing. And Pinterest tends to be an underutilized platform. So people are not actively using it to market their businesses and brands and products and services and all those things. This is a gold mine of a place for you to be marketing on. So how often should you post on Pinterest? Post as often as possible. Post once a week. If you can make a plan, if you can make a schedule in your life, you can make a commitment. That's where I was going. You can make a commitment to post once a week on Pinterest, and I want you to post your really good blog post or that really good video, those tips and tricks. Make a checklist, make something you can give away, make something to get people to go over to your newsletter. Make content that grabs people's attention and then makes them click it, and then makes them click over to it to get more. So you have to make sure you're really, really intentional about the imagery that you use. It has to be very, very high-end design. You gotta get this right because people aren't gonna care if it's not cool. So you have to do your research over on Pinterest, and then once you start doing that, pin it to boards. And pin other content to boards too. Don't just pin your own, pin other people's, because when people see a board full of really great content on a subject they're looking for, they're going to go through it. And when they find your content, they will join your newsletter, come to your website, watch your videos, do the thing that you want them to do. Pinterest should be an essential part of everybody's entrepreneurial experience. Not a lot of people do it, which means if you leverage this within your business, you are going to be on top of things. You're going to get noticed more. Plus, their ads are really good too. I'm just saying, we should do a whole episode on Pinterest ads. We might have to look into that. Somebody remind me of that. All right. Allie hung out. She watched our promoting social media through your website video this week. Speaking of which, if you guys loved that, I'm actually on Friday breaking down what a modern website looks like so that you know how to design your website or have your designer design a website so that you are in the modern age. 2020, friends. So many people are using those old school template. Oh, it's bad. Please don't have a website like that. Make sure you have a modern website, mobile friendly, and there's a very specific design that goes into modern websites. We're going to be breaking it down on Friday. So hit the subscribe and notification bell so that you don't miss out, and check out that video as we break down exactly what you need to know about creating your website. You guys know I've been a professional website designer for 18 years. Yes, I started when I was a teenager. And I am breaking down what you need to know about creating a website in 2020 on Friday. So stay tuned. Hit the subscribe and notification bell. Allie says, thanks for the great advice. Very helpful. Hey, Allie, thanks for joining us. I do appreciate you hanging out on the page and checking out the video. Danielle dropped another great question. She says, what do you think of TikTok or of brands using TikTok? Listen. Like Pinterest, TikTok is a highly underused platform. Now, there will be some businesses that this does not apply for. So if your audience is older, like if they're like 40, 50 older than that, that's probably not going to work for you. People that age are not on TikTok. But TikTok for a younger generation, if you are like 30s, like mid 30s down, TikTok is a great place to be. It allows you to do little video clips. It allows you to do like challenging things, and it's where people are. And marketers are not using it appropriately or at all. And this is such a gold mine of places that you can be interacting with people and have developing that trust factor with them. So when you are allowing them to see your personal life, when you're allowing them to see who you are as an entrepreneur, this is developing that trust and makes them more likely to buy from you. I highly recommend TikTok. I am on TikTok in some of my businesses, not all of them, but in some of my businesses, I am on TikTok, and oh, it is interesting over there. It is fun. You do need to learn it a little bit. You kind of got to learn what it's like to work over there, but man, those videos get around. Like, you think you have reach on YouTube? No. These videos get around. It's really interesting. So TikTok, highly recommend you looking into those. And stay tuned because we got some cool stuff coming out for you at the end of today's video. We got a couple more minutes before we sign off with today's Ask Me Anything, but if you are joining me live, I want to hear from you guys. Go ahead. Let me know your questions down below and let me get that answered for you. And shout out if you have a question. Tell me what you are doing. Tell me what kind of business you run. Tell me what kind of entrepreneur you are, because I will tailor my answer specifically to you. All right, Dr. Lara was hanging out with us again. She says, such helpful tips. Thank you on our promoting social media on websites. It's such an important topic, and a lot of people are not promoting their social media through their website. So you're not getting followers because people are going to your website, and you should be, and it's super easy to do. So check out the video, super helpful. Mandy also says, great idea. I need to bring these two platforms together. Great tips. as always. Well, thank you, Manny. I appreciate you being here and hanging out with us. You were always such a delight to see in the comments, and I'm really glad that you are going to be bringing your social media and your website together to pimp out your content and make sure you're getting people from your website to your social media so that they can interact with you on a daily, weekly, monthly basis and build that trust and build that relationship with you. All right. We are just about at the end of our time, but I got a little something for you guys that I want to tell you about. So here's the deal. We do have some cool stuff coming up. We are going to be talking tomorrow for the Social Media for Bosses talk show at 3 p.m. every single Thursday right here live on YouTube. We're talking about avoiding social media overwhelm. So I know there are a lot of platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, IGTV, YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest. Guys, it's a lot, right? We're going to be breaking down exactly how you can avoid social media overwhelm. I'm going to be breaking down exactly what I do, how I do it, how my business works. And you guys know I run multiple businesses for myself and have all of these accounts on all of these platforms. It's a lot of work. So I'm going to break down exactly how you can be doing that without stressing yourself out or killing yourself all week long to get that content up there. Come join me tomorrow. Hit the subscribe and notification bell. You do not want to miss this episode. We got some good stuff coming. And if you want a little something else, if you need a little bit of help, earlier we were talking about Instagram stories and what content you should be putting out there and how to work Instagram stories. Well, now I got a little special something for you. We now have our social media books starting out on Amazon. And our very first one is a Boss's Guide to Instagram Stories, where I'm breaking down button for button everything you need to know about the Instagram Stories platform right now in real time, how to use it. We're giving you examples. We're talking about how to leverage it. You can get it on Amazon right now, both in paperback and in ebook, and you can read it for free on Kindle Unlimited. So if you are a Kindle Unlimited subscriber, for free right now. We are going to be breaking down more social media strategy. We're going to be talking about newsletters. We're going to be talking about your websites. There's all sorts of things. You can let me know what you would like to see first, because I'm working on a whole bunch of books for you guys. And you guys know I'm also a fiction author. I'm a best-selling young adult fiction author. So I'm just knocking out these books left and right. If you have a particular topic you would like to see a book on, let me know right now in the comments. I would love to get that one written for you, or maybe to bump it to the head of the line. And again, you can read all of these for free on Kindle Unlimited right now. Our very first one, A Boss's Guide to Instagram Stories, is out and available right now. The paperbacks are actually on their way to me. I haven't seen them yet, but they're coming in the mail in the next couple days. I'm so excited for this one. And we've had entrepreneurs say amazing things about this book, including social media marketing strategists and professionals and other types of professions as well. So make sure you check it out. You're going to want to look up A Boss's Guide to to Instagram Stories. I was thinking of something else. A Boss's Guide to Instagram Stories. It's by Katie M. Robinson. So instead of K.M. Robinson, it's Katie M. Robinson, because my fiction author name is K.M. Robinson. Benefits of keeping a professional name through all the platforms. But go check that out on Amazon right now. You can get your hands on a copy of the paperback or of the ebook if that is what you would like. And of course, if you love help on Instagram, I also have a freebie for you. You can grab A Boss's Guide to Handling Hashtags right now. It is a free PDF by going to hashtag.kmrobinson.com and breaking down what you need to know about hashtags, how they work on Instagram, how to get them to work to your benefit, and the #1 offending hashtag that you're almost definitely using that is killing your reach. And I tell you what to use instead. So you can grab that at hashtag.kmrobinson.com. If you still have questions for me, I would love to get those answered. Go ahead and drop your questions now, and we'll save them for the next Ask Me Anything. We go live here every single Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern to answer your questions in real time for 20 minutes every single Wednesday. And then every single Thursday, we go live to do our Social Media for Bosses talk show. We're talking all about that social media overwhelm tomorrow. I would love for you guys to join us Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern. And then every single Sunday, we drop a brand new episode of the Social Media for Bosses podcast. We're going to be talking about some really cool things coming up. We've got some cool guests on. We just dropped a bonus from our financial coach who was here earlier this week over on the podcast. You guys don't want to miss out on that. Every single Sunday, we drop brand new episodes there, and we drop new videos here on YouTube every Tuesday and Friday. Plus, breaking news. Anytime there is an algorithm change, a platform addition, or there's a trend in the industry you need to know about, we're breaking it to you live right here, live streaming on YouTube. So make sure you hit the subscribe and notification bell so that you don't miss out on breaking news that you need to leverage within your business to stay on top of your game. Thanks so much for hanging out. You can hang out at kmrobinson.com for all the good stuff, at socialmediaforbosses.com for more of the talk show and podcast. I would love to hear from you guys. And if you are an entrepreneur who is an educator, a coach, a strategist who would love to come on the talk show, I am currently booking guests. Please hit me up. I would love to hear what you would like to teach on the show and get you set up for your very own episode of either the live talk show or the recorded podcast. Thanks so much for joining me. I will see you guys again next week for our AMA and tomorrow for the Social Media for Bosses talk show, where we're talking all about avoiding social media overwhelm. Until then, have a great day and stay inspired.